So it had kind of a big impact on you. It's stuck in your psyche. I can fight all the strangers.
So you're saying the movie inspired you to build an arsenal? It scared you so much you got to build an arsenal? Jokes.
It plays on a primal fear that's universal. Everybody gets it.
Yeah.
Even
So
when
I
you're a
know,
kid.
Bloody,
Don't come in my
I think you are
room.
not streaming your voice, so it's going to be silent when you speak.
Which is unfortunate because that was quite eloquent.
As an anecdote, the Blair Witch Project, when I was a late teen, rattled me in a very similar way, driving down a very dark dirt road with corn on both sides and my girlfriend. Oh boy, it starts messing with you when it's quiet outside and you have an engine problem and have to walk 2 miles into town.
Oh,
Yeah, buddy.
shucks.
Yeah, this movie definitely does play on that fear of like I'm supposed to be safe and nothing's gonna happen, but random stuff does happen, and it kept you. Even like when the dude said no about not being like I won't. When she said no to him, like I won't marry you, it
She
kind of
said
felt
she
like he
wasn't ready
turned on
yet.
her,
She was, yeah. Well, it's a
and
betrayal.
you couldn't really you didn't know who to trust or what to. Like there was no like solid thing to lock onto for the audience, and I think it was meant to be that way. It left you in literal suspense, like an attachment.
I
And like,
suspected it was him, the boyfriend, as one of the strangers up until
yeah, like she
later
said
in the
no,
movie.
like start the
He did
plan.
seem a little psycho for that first part. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Like he was a little unhinged.
Well, she said no. All right, guys.
Also,
mask up.
side note, what the fuck kind of idiot proposes at his sister's or whatever, somebody close's
At a wedding.
marriage, like
Dad's
at a wedding?
summer cottage. Yeah.
My
What
voice should
what a
be shared now.
dumbass! All right,
Yeah, way to make it about yourself, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought was this guy is a shithead.
Yeah,
that
that's
was like my first
that's a red
impression.
flag right there.
You know,
But-
I went to a wedding where someone proposed to, and I looked at my wife at the time, and I go, "Ooh, I bet
That's
that
trashy.
doesn't last."
You looked at your wife at the time.
Well, yeah, because we were married. After we got
It
married,
just made it seem like it wasn't your current wife.
oh, it was
Yeah.
not at my wedding. After we got married, we went to a wedding together,
I
and
gotcha.
someone proposed at that wedding. We're like, "Ooh."
Those long swatches of silence the audience is hearing is us letting Bloody talk because he's not sharing his voice with you.
Actually, no, it's sharing now. I updated my settings.
There you go. Yeah, the setting's actually kind of hard to find.
Never mind,
for
I
those
lied.
that aren't sure. It's in the voice chat, like
This is
extra
Bloody. This is
settings.
Black Panther. He chose the movie The Strangers, 2008,
Yep.
and he missed the summary, but he has seen the movie a few times. It ekes him out.
It fucked him up so bad he went out and bought a butter knife the next day to protect himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to point out, that scene where they had just okay, so the dude doesn't really trust her, saying it's fine, but then they try to attack, and he's like, "Oh shit," she's screaming, she's always screaming. They try to get away, and he's like, "I know my dad's gun's here," and then kind of gets quiet, and she's like asking questions, like in a really subtle, soft voice, so disconnected from like the craziness that just happened. And he's
Which, to
like
be fair,
answering,
shock will
like,
do that. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, and like they weren't shocked, but it felt like a total dream sequence. Like my gun, like that's gun. How do you know
I
it's
like
here?
Liv Tyler.
It was
I think
always
she's a really
here.
good actress and she's done good stuff, but I feel like in this movie she was phoning it in.
Yeah.
Or maybe she
Yeah.
just didn't have a lot to work with, or it could have been the
Yeah.
director.
Well,
He's
how
like,
early
"No,
in her
play it
career
down."
was it? I don't know.
This was late in her career. She did this for a paycheck. Like, yeah.
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 And it was, I mean,
yeah.
to kind of go back to the writing comment earlier, she was sad. He was sad. Very little dialogue. A lot of long stares. A lot of just like setting the scene. But the problem for me, where it didn't work, was that like the cinematography really focused on like having a large majority of the screen being black, like serious heavy
Yeah, really dark.
shadow, which again,
Yeah.
I understand he's trying to create a mood, right? But at the same time, it's like as a movie watcher, having 3/4 of the screen being black for most of the movie, like literally no detail whatsoever, like you
But
couldn't
that would
squint
be-
and see anything.
It's
To
not you,
defend
Bruce.
it, like if
Wasn't
you
that
actually
the-
saw that
the
in the
trope?
dark theater, if you
Oh.
that would it would
Yes.
actually be good because you would Like, yeah, if
Because they're
you're in
giving
like
you
the
so
right
little,
environment,
basically.
because like and
Was
you really focus on it, it probably makes it scarier in that way.
Mm.
Well, I
but
started
wasn't that
watching
the
it during the
trope
day
of
and
the
had to turn
time
it off
too?
because I couldn't see. I turned it
What's
down
that,
at night.
bloody?
Wasn't that the trope of the time for movies to be
It's
like
the trope
stupid
for like the
dark?
past 20 years. I
Yeah,
hate
it's
it.
an annoying thing. It makes me feel old. I can't
Yeah.
see.
Well, especially for
Well,
stuff that's like made for to watch at home. Like I can understand movies, even though movies, who knows how long they're
Yeah,
around.
you have to have like
Right.
an Ambilight set up to watch it at home really well.
Yeah,
mhm.
take it to the home theater. Like, give me a fucking break.
Well, to me though, I liked the like horror movies of the 80s and 90s in that sense. Just in the cinematography. I mean, again, there's things to be said all these things, but like in the cinematography, even at night, there's still like a moonlight something,
Hmm.
right? Like there's always a little
Yes.
bit of light in some subtle way that you can make out. Because again, three-quarters of the screen being black in the
Hmm.
theater might be very scene setting, but for me, it's like you're not giving me a whole lot to work. And it also created like a lot of very stark contrasts with the characters too, because it's like Liv Tyler's upper torso is framed by a chair, and then like three strips of light behind her, and then blackness, right? Like, so there's, I understand it's a stylistic
Yeah.
choice, but like for me, it didn't work.
Yeah.
That's my criticism there.
Agreed.
Well, you know what makes like the old school Halloween movies scary? The slow moving suspense and the soundtrack and the noises. And so this really cashed in on a lot of that, and that was his goal. And I think he succeeded. It was held up just by the suspenseful, like plays on audio or plays on jump scares, and
Yeah,
and
it's
I always go back to they never gave you something to like really trust and like hold on to. It was just like a ride of like, what is
Yeah.
going on, and even the ending, even when they were like, "Why are you doing this?" And you know, some say
I
a cop
never
out, some say it was just to keep you on your toes, like because you were
I
home.
I never became really vested in the characters. Like they didn't give me enough
mhm.
for me to really give a shit
Yeah,
about Liv Tyler or Tug
Hmm.
Speedman or whatever his name
They
is.
just
except for
wanted you to
Dennis.
be
I cared a lot
invested in
about
Liv
Dennis.
Tyler.
Yeah, it
Yes, that
just
yeah.
the
All of a
only
sudden,
question was why, which they do answer. It's just, you know,
well, what did they answer?
yeah, because they
Because
were
they
Any of
home.
it?
were
Because they're just
home.
sociopaths. They're just like, yeah, because you're
It's
easy.
sociopath training. It'll be
And
easier next
that's
time was the last lines, right? Like that's what it
Yeah.
seemed like it was about.
Oh, I
Well,
remember
and
that
that's the
after they
part that's
talked to the
supposed to be
kids.
the super scary part about it, right? Is that like
Right.
there's like those are always like the scariest crimes to think about. Like remember the DC sniper a long time ago?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
When it
do.
was him
There's
and his
like no
Yeah,
kid,
like
rhyme
and
or
there
reason
was no
to it.
rhyme or reason. They were
they
just
could be
targeting
looking
people
now at you.
driving on the tollway,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right? Like there's nothing.
It was
It's not because you were black or because you were Muslim or because
it
you were
was just
Christian.
random.
It
made you
was
feel like
complete, and
they're
that's the
they're looking at you
scariest.
now.
That's
Yeah.
terrorism, right? Like
And
that's the scariest thing you can do.
Well,
at
that's
the time
Joker's
I lived
speech.
near that, and it was terrifying because it was literally this feeling of like I could be shot at any second driving down the highway right now, right? Like it was very. I mean, especially like locally, the terror worked because of that, right?
For
Because
sure.
it could reach out and
Yeah.
touch you, and I think that was really what they were trying to do with this story was sometimes a sociopath's shadow crosses your path.
It's Joker's speech from The Dark Knight where he's going on and he's like, a truck full of soldiers get killed, nobody gives a shit. But one little mayor dies, and everybody loses their mind because it's not part of the plan.
Yeah.
It's random. That scares the shit out of people
Good
because
point.
largely they don't give a fuck unless it might happen to me.
My note here: tension is mostly from Liv Tyler panicking.
Yeah, her screams, her
She does
screaming.
do a good job
This,
panicking.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? I take it back. I think this movie would have been better if Louis played Liv Tyler.
I agree. I
Let me
I
tell you
agree.
something.
And he
agree.
was
I
in a
would have
gay
fucking nailed that
relationship.
role. You would have cried.
Yeah, yeah. Also, there was a bunch of whispering I noted, and my note after that was this dude is sucking the energy out of this scene. This is crazy.
Whispering. Yeah.
It was right before the vandalism, but right after Sackhead. Like there was this,
Hmm.
the big jump scare when the dude with the sack is standing in the window,
Yeah.
and then it's like
The
Liv
sack.
Tyler screaming, and the weird tension from Liv Tyler panicking, and then the lighting is terrible, and then car vandalism. It's just like this. But the whole time, it's just like the main character he's like this sad sack. I kind of wanted to see get stabbed by the end of it.
The husband or the
Agreed.
boyfriend?
Both of
He
them.
seemed a bit
Both of them.
toxic.
Both of them.
Yeah,
Both of
I
them.
had a
Yeah,
little bit of
yeah.
He was
sympathy for
toxic
her.
too. Fuck
But
that. Both of them.
I
Yeah,
feel like
both.
it was
Okay.
more because it was Liv Tyler. But
But
there's
that's a
nothing
good slasher
vested.
movie. Like you're cheering for the people getting killed by the end
That's
of
a
it.
really
You
good
know?
point.
That's
Mhm.
what
That's
makes a good slasher movie. Like, yeah, fucking kill
Yeah, like go to the shed, you dumbass. That shed made no sense. They just
them. I know.
needed a reason to get him out there.
That's what I was like. That could have been like a really tight hour, you
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
But then they had the whole shed like for a fucking shortwave radio. Are you fucking kidding me?
And then it became a nothing burger, to use the phrase, because
It was
the
just
doll
like,
face person found her, and she's like, "Are you really doing
well,
that?"
that was kind of scary
And
when
that's
Liv's
it.
like crawling on the ground, you know, crawling out to the shed, and like
Yeah.
when you're out in the woods like that, you're not necessarily crawling, but like you feel like there's somebody behind you. You
Hmm.
know, like what you were talking, like
Yeah.
what you were talking about in the cornfields. You know, like you just feel
Yeah.
like
The hair on the back of your neck.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But they
Something
showed you like
primal is
something
scratching at
actually
you.
is following you.
Yeah.
one of the things I really did like about this is by this point, fuck spoilers if you're listening, dead. That doesn't matter. I liked that the good guys didn't win at the end. I liked that there was not a happy ending. I mean, she lived, but the bad guys got away. Nobody. I
Yeah,
mean,
but she probably
I
died later
liked
on if
that.
she was all chopped up, She
It was just a jump
Uh,
scare for the boys.
yeah.
yeah,
Yep. That's
she
actually
would
a
have
good.
bled out. I
Yeah, I
mean,
I was gonna
appreciate it
say
wasn't wrapped up nice and like, oh, and then they lived happily ever after. Like, nah, sometimes the bad guys win, man. And
And
I
that
don't
was
think a
very
lot of
much what they were
films
trying to imply
make
with
that
that last
choice.
scene. Yeah. Well, it's like, I mean, again, the killers were on screen, what, like 10 minutes total? Like, there was a lot of just, like, panicked tension that wasn't anything to do with the character. In fact, like, there was a big chunk of the movie that was she's freaking out, and it has nothing to do with the people that are actually stalking them, right? Like,
Hmm.
I mean, even after they showed themselves, it just became that's the dialogue. That is the dialogue for 3/4 of the fucking movie, man.
Well, she was freaking out because she was wondering when the asteroid was going to be blown up.
Oh, sure, sure.
Why are
Oh,
they
yeah.
here? When? Why? Huh?
Don't look
What's my
up.
name?
Don't
Don't
want to
look
miss a
up.
thing.
no,
So-
it was the Bruce
Yeah,
Willis.
she really didn't
movie,
want to
right?
close her eyes.
Are there? So yeah, I mean, there are horror movies I do enjoy. That some are. There aren't a lot, but I mean, of course, I like Jordan Peele's the stuff he's been doing lately. But I mean,
Really good. Yeah.
Hereditary and Midsummer, those are highly regarded. And it's just like
Yes.
new ways to kind of deliver creepy stories without kind of going off the rails. Like there's a lot of Japanese films that are scary, but they go way out there and
Like
um
audition's fucking scary.
yeah, like it doesn't need to have the really slow moving intense music scenes to be scary.
With the
Like he
needles
he,
in
What
the
was
he
the
eye,
record
with the
player song
lady
was
going
good
ticka,
though.
ticka, ticka.
Which
That
one?
was pretty good.
What was that? Johnny
Yeah,
I
Cash?
don't know. Was it? I don't know.
I can't remember.
But
I
here's
will
okay.
say,
I was surprised to find out that movie was that old because it kind of reminded me a little bit of X. Have anybody seen X, the
Yeah,
A24 movie with Mia Goth or whatever? But like
Oh,
at the end
too
of that
gory for me.
movie, like yeah, at the end of that movie, some guy gets stabbed in the neck over and over and over again until he's basically decapitated, and like
mm,
that like was fucking traumatic for me to watch. Like I was terrified this movie was like that, and if it had ended like that, it would have been like a million times scarier. And I sound like I'm a gore fiend. I'm not. I hate movies like this, but like if I'm
yeah,
gonna
but you
sit and
also
watch
wanted
a
her to
scary
see you
movie,
wanted to see them
fucking
die.
scare
You didn't
me.
like them.
Like yeah, give me the horror of death. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you know
Oh.
what I mean.
That's not what I'm
give
saying,
me the
but you know what
horror
I'm
of
saying.
death, though, is a good way to put it. Like
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
but for me at least, it's like it's the connection to the characters that lends itself to the horror. Like if I can put myself in their shoes
Yeah,
and
that's what they were
feel,
going for
that's how
big
I
time.
feel. They're going for that, but I couldn't connect to the characters in this case because the dialogue was non-existent. Like these guys were there to be terrorized. They were not there to be
They were
characters,
sheep to be
right? Like
terrorized.
yeah.
I also like the really old school zombie movies like Brain Dead. Well, sometimes it's called Dead Alive. Um, there's just really crazy gore, and there's just over the top that it's a movie. but it's still entertaining. Like different ways to kill massive crowds of zombies. Run at them with a
Mhm.
lawnmower. Sure, that's gonna look great. Like make your own chainsaw weapon that you sling around, and it's just a bunch of action and different ways to kill zombies. So
Well, and
that's
I think that that's like a big Hollywood trope too, because that's makeup artists. That's jobs right there. The more people you can get that are, building all those nasty zombies with all the effects of shooting blood and all this other
CGI
stuff.
now, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Is it used to be about jobs in like the late '70s onward? Because like after like the Harry Munchausen, I think it was the stop motion stuff, they realized they could start using extra bits to add to the scenes, things like that. They started adding lots of prosthetics and gore in like the late '70s and early '80s, and that became a very much a trademark of that era, right? Like from the slasher films to all the thrillers they put out then. And then, like you guys said, or like you just said, CGI from about the late '90s onward really dominated horror movies as far as like the creatures and stuff, because there was
Oh
always this
god,
supernatural element to it,
in the
right?
yeah,
'90s it
Like,
was crazy with the CGI shit. It was so bad.
yeah. But
and
now I
even
think they kind of they it didn't help them in the long run because you know how we watch like claymation now and like the old school Godzilla. It's hard
Hmm.
to take it seriously because it looks so fake. Whereas like the
mhm.
old school zombie movies, they were meant to be over the top and look not as real and just be ridiculous and like, oh, it's just me be more gory. And so if you watch
No,
a
Mhm.
scary '90s movie, you can kind of be like, okay, like this is meant to be what it was at the
I
time.
Sometimes
100% agree with you because every Halloween, every October, I start the month off with Night of the Living Dead.
the
It's
Yeah,
original black
a
and white.
the original black and white one.
Shot in
Nice.
Pittsburgh.
It is
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah,
amazing movie. It is such a good movie. You let yourself get into a dark room and you just watch that movie like
it's
it's
scary because the characters are smart. Like all of
Yeah.
them are like smart and literally
except
trying
for
to
except
yeah.
survive.
for
There's an investment.
except for
Cruz was saying.
Barbara, who's in
True.
They're
complete
coming to
shock the
get
whole
you,
She's
time.
just yeah,
Barbara.
she's Liv Tyler. She's Liv Tyler in that.
Says,
Basically, well, I mean,
"They're
because that
gonna
is
get
a
you,
a
Barbara."
psychological response is freezing and fainting, right? Those are two
Right.
of the four raw, like fight, flight, freeze, or faint. That's
Yeah,
I think that's the current paradigm.
So this
Um,
movie, I feel like falls into like the genre of like reality horror. It's scary because it could
mm,
happen. Home Invasion,
mm.
another movie like the old one. Somebody in the house. Carol Kane's in the house getting prank phone calls. Blah blah blah. At the end, she calls the operator, and the operator's like, "The call's coming from inside the house." Ah.
That
yeah.
was a Hitchcock. Was that
What was
Dial
that?
M for
Scream?
Murder?
That's
No,
Scream.
stranger. When a
No,
stranger calls,
but
it was called.
Dennis like was the fuck, what's her name from Scream? The Drew Barrymore in this movie. They could put him on the poster that he was showing up in the movie, but he was only in it for 30 seconds.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, but
Oh,
also,
okay.
I
I see what you're
literally
saying.
in my notes I wrote down like Jimmy breathes a fresh. He breathes liveliness into this movie because like for that 30 seconds, this dude was the most alive motherfucker in the entire movie. Like he emoted
He was the
more than
most
everybody
likable
else
character.
He
That's
was
by far.
because he
yeah,
was
By
the
Yeah.
anti
far.
Dennis.
Yeah, that
Well,
which
he's
is
like he's
also creepy because he's not being a crazy fucking sociopath. He's a
that is
nice
creepy.
Right.
guy.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, yeah, his character's like, "Hey, I got your message. I drove up all this way and went out of my way to get to you because it sounded like you needed me, bro." Right? Like that's the only relatable character in that entire movie. Like that dude should not have been killed so quickly, but it was a good thriller moment when he was.
he was a glimmer of hope and like something from reality, and they took him out as fast as he showed up.
What was it
We're not
Dabney
gonna have
said
this
in the
here.
I mean,
right?
they
What
really
did
should have
Dabney
made
said in
him
the
one of the
Discord?
strangers.
so
Why didn't they get his cell phone out? He had a cell phone. Why didn't they
Exactly.
use
They
it?
went to the shed for a radio.
well, you gotta understand. Okay, so two things. One, Woody says he doesn't like gore, and I just watched the goriest fatality ever with his screen share.
True. I mean,
And
Kung
two,
Lao.
I mean, it was super fucking gory.
Yeah, welcome to Mortal
And two,
Kombat.
you gotta think, 2008, cell phones are relatively new still.
Yeah, they were
That is
using flip
something that
phones in
is
this. This
easily
was
forgotten.
pre-iPhone.
Well, but I would like to point out cell phones were ubiquitous by the early 2000s. So like by 2008, everybody knew how to use a cell phone and generally understood that that was a way to access the outside world, right?
I
Like,
still
This
had a
movie was
pager.
built for boomers, and they didn't know how to use cell phones
Well, it's a
It was an
timeless
Amish
tale.
wedding.
It's something you could tell from like caveman times to into the future. It's, I'm at home or I'm in a safe place with somebody and strangers come in and invade that. Like, you could tell that in any genre, from
well,
Western to sci-fi.
the funny thing is, I had like my town, my little town that I grew up in had stories about this sort of thing happening. Not necessarily somebody getting stabbed, but like the terrorizing, knocking on the doors, asking for the wrong people, generally fucking with folks, and standing out in the middle of a light while people look outside just to fuck with them. Like,
Yeah,
there
but I
was
feel like that's an
some
urban
real...
legend of everybody's heard that, and like.
No, but I mean, I grew up around people that did that shit. What I'm saying is, I knew the people
we
that
all
went
did.
out there and did those kinds of things. Right. Well, but I'm saying that, that's the part to me that was the most relatable. Is just some bored country folk are getting some laughs with
well,
this
do you
guy.
remember?
Goose,
Well,
have you been
even a
chopping up
couple
couples
years
again?
ago, the
Sorry, it's
people
your
doing the
pal.
clown shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
exactly.
good point.
After
Good point.
Harambe died, all these
Yeah.
people came out with all these people came out in clown stuff like later that year, and like that was fucking real. That really got national attention.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why you think they
Sightings of
use Harambe
clowns
in that. That doesn't seem
stand-up.
like that had anything to do with it.
Because clowns weren't terrorizing people when Harambe was alive.
Oh.
The world has, after Harambe died, you can clearly see the world has gone to shit.
There's
Are you
Bloody's Mandela effect
are
right
you
there.
comparing like Harambe to like a post 9/11 world, like before Harambe and now after Harambe? Things are fucked up.
No.
I
Harambe
just
was
wanted to
the
clarify.
bellwether, man. He's the bellwether.
Yeah, I don't want to live in a world where Harambe
It's
can't be
never
alive.
been the same.
That was the same year that they were talking about the Large Hadron Collider having black holes in it, and they were afraid that multiverse stuff was going to break in, like that the incursions from Marvel Universe was going to happen to us.
To
That
be
was a
fair,
whole
look where
thing
we ended up.
during
Is it
that time.
impossible?
Well,
Could it explain some things?
I don't know what you're talking about, nor do I want to comment on that.
he
I know
knows
Liv
something.
Tyler was thinking that when she was filming this movie.
Yeah.
She was
So you
because
got-
she
all
was
right.
not thinking about
So-
her role when she was filming.
One of my major bitches with this movie is who the hell stores a shotgun with the barrel off on top
Yeah.
of a
Mhm.
curio cabinet?
Yep.
It's just for looks.
Well, no, because I feel like there are some people that buy firearms with the intent to hunt, and they don't think of them as home defense. Like
On the
I
other
could see
side,
that.
I know people that do that.
Any home invader is going to immediately see a gun that's outside of security and just take it, because that's what you do when you steal shit from people in the country. Is like, oh, the gun's out, fucking, I'll take that shit.
Or maybe they're
Well,
sick and twisted, and they're like, let's see what happens.
Well, I
leave
mean-
the gun.
There's no gun safe, and I know if I happen to own firearms, I would not store them disassembled like that for quick access.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Could-
can
yeah,
just
but
put
there
them
could-
put some
that can be
nails in
easily
on the inside
explained.
of your closet in your bedroom and put your shotgun up there.
Yeah,
And it's just
right.
as good. It's out of sight, but you can pull it down and I know what you mean.
Start
And
blasting.
And rack it when you need
Yeah,
to.
exactly. And so then I started blasting.
Who
I
knows
have
who was the
one
last one to
written
use
on
the
the
shotgun? Maybe they were cleaning it and didn't want to bother, and they just threw it as like.
Come on, dude. A Remington 870, you don't put the barrel back on, and yet
Not-
these
not this
fucking
guy.
people-
Clearly a hunting gun. It was an over/under. It wasn't meant for.
It
home
wasn't an
defense.
over/under. It was an 870 pump.
Was it a pump or was it a double
Yeah.
barrel?
Itch to put
Wait,
back
that was a
together.
pump?
It was a pump.
It's an Remington 870. It's the classic
So
pump
I remember
shotgun.
it as a double
I
barrel.
gotta confess
My bad.
again. I was on my phone while I was watching the movie. What happened to the shotgun after they killed Dennis?
They kill
the
Glenn.
baghead guy takes it.
Yeah, it's immediately rendered useless, and they just
Wait, what do
carry
you mean?
on.
How does he get it though? Like, how does he get it out of his hand?
Well, he had to put in an application, go through a background check.
Yeah.
I'm being serious because I wanna make fun of
Boyfriend's
this
out in the
movie.
woods after he went out.
He's
right?
going to the shed.
Yeah, for the
Yeah, he's
radio.
going to the
The
shed.
important
Yeah,
radio.
let's split up and go to the shed because
Yeah,
that's smart.
and
Because
Split
splitting
up.
up is so smart. Yep.
yeah, the girl in the mask distracts him,
And he got
and
hit.
then the dude in the burlap sack sneaks up behind him.
I guess
See,
that was when the
that's-
dark-haired chick joined them, right? Like
Yeah.
before that, it was just blonde and fat guy.
Yeah,
See, that's what bugged me about this movie is because they weren't smart. Like the victims were not smart. It'd have been like what I
Exactly.
said earlier. If it
Yep.
would have been way scarier if they didn't like have the characters be dumb for convenience of the plot. You
Yeah.
know, because it does make sense to split them up, and then they both
Yeah.
have like their own terrifying experiences. But like,
There's no one to trust, or there's no hero. It's just like, why is this ride
Just
happening?
happens.
Why am I scared?
so I gotta tell you, I watched this with my wife.
Yeah.
And like towards the end, we were making fun of the movie. No offense, buddy. We were Mystery Science Theater, but we do
Hey,
everything like
remember,
that,
none
right?
taken. Remember, this is
Fair.
back in 2008.
But I forgot what I was saying now because I
Your
fucking
wife.
apologize.
Your wife.
Oh, so we were watching it, and she was like rooting for like, no, there's a reason why these people are doing this. There's a reason why.
Yeah, there's
gonna
gotta
be a
be.
big twist at the end. You're gonna find out who they are.
Yeah.
And then when the line they delivered like the scariest line or whatever, like because you're home, because she was still rooting for there to be a reason to it. You know what I mean? And as soon as they said that, she's like, I fucking hate this movie.
That's when she lost hope and she was actually scared. Like, oh my god.
Maybe. I mean, sure.
I will admit, there was that like false tension at the very end where like the killers are escaping after doing their weird stabby stab thing,
Yeah.
and they run across the Mormon boys or whoever the Latter Day. I don't really. It was like
They're Mormons.
Church of Latter-day Saints,
They're too
sir.
young to
No.
be Mormons. They're too young to be Mormons.
They were Mormons because if you watch the credits, like I somehow accidentally did, they're billed as Mormon Boy 1 and Mormon Boy 2.
Oh.
Okay,
And they
there
actually
you go.
named
There you
them.
go.
They named the strangers too.
Were the
they named
strangers
Did.
Mormons?
It's
Jan
like
and Rusty?
Dollface.
Yeah, Dollface and
yeah.
Model or
Yeah,
Pin-Up,
Sackface, Sackhead.
Sack Boy.
Man,
Something
sack.
really like
Sad sack.
something. There was like an afterthought, but just based on their scariness.
Yeah, because it's like the actors. I mean, the actors are all conventionally attractive when you go and look at their pictures, but they hid their faces the entire time because that was the whole idea is their faceless violence, right? Like they're, again, just like sociopaths delivering delivering no morals, just violence, just death, just stabby.
See, I got a different message from the movie. I was reminded that a stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet.
Yeah, I was going to
Wow.
say, Dabney wanted us to consider that, and also, if the sex scene actually followed through, would it have been as scary or as suspenseful, or
It
if
was
he had
sad from the
Just sad.
start, dude.
Just the saddest sex scene in cinema. That was
It
what
never
that
hurts
was.
to see a nipple. I'm just saying.
this movie
Curvy
kind of
old
needed it?
derriere. Yeah, it definitely needed some kind of titillation because, like I said, by that point I was bored. I literally, there's one thing I certainly wrote on my thing.
That's
It was
you
like,
cheering for him to die.
yeah, they're boring. They're not talking. Why the fuck are we watching them? They're not interesting. That's
I
like,
will say
I
this.
wrote a whole paragraph about it.
I'm kind of interested in checking out some of the other ones, though. I saw the
I
one
am
with Christina
curious.
Hendricks.
I want to. Yeah,
you
did
know.
she die in that? Come on, spoil it for me, dude. I'm gonna
I
read
don't
the
think
wiki
so.
if you don't tell me.
If they just
I'm
introduce
kinda
themselves, they won't be
curious.
strangers anymore.
What's
Yeah,
the
right.
next movie, by the way?
What's that?
There's 5 of them, dude. Have you seen any other ones, buddy? This was your pick.
Bloody's already done with this one. What's
I
the
know.
next movie? He says.
No, actually, horror movie sequels rarely ever pan out unless you're
It's
like
diminishing
you
return,
just
unless
keep
you're
going at
aliens.
it, like the Halloween movies, or
Except for Jason X, which is a goddamn brilliant gem
good.
of cinema.
I
But
really
yeah,
liked
mean,
Poltergeist
they
too. I thought
rarely
it was
ever
terrifying.
pan out.
No, agreed. It's hard to capture that fire twice, right? Like,
Yeah.
so you asked about the next movie. I picked Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1. There's no dialogue, so we could literally like watch the movie and then riff over it the entire time if we wanted to. I think
Did you say
there's
there's
like
no dialogue?
very little dialogue. The idea is it's this one long continuous shot of a samurai fight. One dude versus 400 people. Go.
I've seen it. Yeah, I like.
I've heard
I
of
like
that.
the
Just a
samurai
lot of
movies.
grunting.
Yeah, basically.
Ching,
have,
ching.
The conversation is going to be like,
Ching.
so are we starting? Can I ask a question then for next time?
You may.
Are we starting at the first person he kills is number 1 or number 400?
Are you
Oh,
counting?
is it a countdown? Is it a countdown?
Yeah, because well, I'm gonna say like if there's like crazy death scenes, I'm gonna be like when he killed person 57, that was wild.
Well, I mean, it's like
Just
okay,
say how he
so
died.
I will reveal.
Thank
Obviously,
you,
there's
Nate.
only so many people,
Probably
so
by
many
a
actors
sword.
there. So
Yeah.
what you're gonna see is like somebody gets stabbed and rolls off screen, and then a few minutes later, some dude with the exact
Oh,
same
this is a
proportion
good one.
shows up from another angle, right? Like, there's a lot of that going on.
It's very
But the
fast
reason why I
paced.
chose it is because it's got a lot of great cinematography to it. Like the premise of it's audacious. One long cut, go.
Are we doing art house bullshit?
No,
Are there
it's
kung fu
actually
sounds over it? Is
I
it like a
may at
switching
some
sword
point.
type of samurai fight, or what is it?
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
it's a
I love
lot
that shit.
more. It is like a lot of grunty, like there's not very much blood. There's not like a lot of prosthetics. It's just this guy stabs a guy,
No.
he falls down, rolls off.
No, I'm
Right?
asking like, is the sound design like the 36 chambers?
Like the samurai, like
Like the kung
exploitation
fu,
stuff.
oh yeah, old school kung fu
Think-
shit, where like like
Yeah.
I
you
think
pull a
it's
sword out, it's
inspired
like,
by that.
Think
I
Kill
think it's
Bill,
inspired by that.
the battle at the
Pound
House
is
of
what I'm
Falling
talking
Leaves
about.
of Crazy 88. Remember that
Yeah.
shot? That scene?
It's a lot like the Crazy 88 battle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just.
So
I
on the
liked
topic
it.
of scary movies, I have a question. What is like the scariest movie for you guys? Mine, House of a Thousand Corpses, affected me in the way that Bloody's talking about The Strangers
That was a
affected.
good one.
That movie was messed up, dude.
Because it just like it gets scarier and scarier, and then like it just keeps getting crazier,
Yep.
dude. Yeah.
Rob Zombie understands horror. That
Yeah.
motherfucker can do a good horror story.
I would go with either Candyman, the original, or Prince of Darkness by John Carpenter. That's probably the scariest
Yeah.
movie. And I love it, and I own it, and I watch it a couple times.
My
a year.
daughter saw Candyman when she was like 3 years old
Oh my god.
because
You're terrible.
Wow.
her niece was babysitting her, and then her niece was like would talk about Candyman to get her to try and behave.
Wait,
Say
your
it 3
daughter's
times.
niece was
No,
babysitting
my
her?
daughter's aunt. Sorry, my daughter's
Oh,
aunt. Sorry.
That's like, God
She
damn.
showed it to her niece. I know. Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Next up, Taxi Cab
But anyway,
Confessions.
sorry.
That was my ex had nieces that were older than she was by a couple of years, but that's a whole other story, and it takes a lot of math to figure all that out.
Wow, what's your scary movie that
I
freaks
don't
you
really
out?
have any.
You don't have
And it's
What about growing up?
because- No,
Yeah.
like growing up, I never really liked them or anything like that because exactly what Woody said. It's the characters aren't smart, like, and that takes me out of any type of scary movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Have
the real
you-
question
wow,
is,
have you
what do you
watched
think is
Midsommar?
scary?
Yeah. What do I think is scary?
What scares you?
My wife dying and me being stuck with my kids.
Oh god. Oh no, my heart, dude. That's too close.
Right?
That-
Yeah.
You're gonna
Does
tell me
that
that's
not-
scarier
like
than a
a
guy with with a
nightmare.
razor blades for fingers?
Yes.
Okay.
The
I know.
the
So,
fear of losing my wife is one of the scariest things that I can imagine. Because
She's in a
I'll
room
tell you
with
what.
isn't she?
No, she's not. I remember Finding Nemo comes out in like 2002. My wife's pregnant with her first kid, and like the fucking opening scene where the dad loses the wife, it's like fucking horrible. God damn you, Pixar.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies like
That's real
that
fair.
that grip you in that
Oh,
way.
Finding Nemo's Plow's scariest movie.
Yeah, Finding Nemo, the opening scene of it is the worst.
That's what Plow's picking for his movie, Finding Nemo.
In the opening of Bambi, he's like, "Oh, the extra responsibility."
Who hasn't gone? TK, what's your movie?
My horror movie?
Yeah, what's the scariest movie?
I don't see. I'm telling you what, dude. I am like a child. Like I posted in the Discord, dude, about having to like watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse after you watch a scary scene. Like, I don't get down with scary movies.
But
Dude.
what's
I would
so
have to
scary?
say like
But you have watched.
I've
have
watched
watched
them.
a
I would say
scary
something
movie.
like The House of a Thousand Corpses was pretty messed up. Any of those Rob Zombie ones too, right? Like
I thought it was hilarious.
His remake in Texas. It was a good
Yeah.
movie.
I thought it was the knee slapper, really.
But like I can't watch those without it being like daytime out. Like I couldn't even play the Five Nights at Freddy game that came out for free a couple months ago.
Wow,
At night. It freaked
okay.
me out. Like I'm a pussy. Right?
I've
And that's
watched
okay.
Exorcist at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, like I'm
Director's
okay with
cut.
that. I'm okay that I'm a scaredy cat, dude.
You kind of live a horror story with your job, you know.
That's
Yeah, right.
true.
The guy that is the bravest out of all of us won't watch horror
I
movies.
maybe I just
Sir,
exert it
are you
all in
saying
there, and then I
office
just at
work
work, and I
is
just don't
not
want to do it when
brave?
I get home. You know.
I mean, I'd rather
What'd you
fill out a
say, Plow?
TPS report than run into a burning building to get a fucking labradoodle.
Hey,
I don't
don't
know, dude.
dox the guy, okay?
Sorry,
I
one of
think
us is an arsonist. I'm not going to say who.
I think probably I have two of them. My first horror movie I ever saw was Night of the Living Dead, like the OG, was it late 50s, early 60s, black and white, where,
So
you know, zombies rise out of the fucking ground and chase people into a church, and they're not dumb, they're not great, but they're not dumb, but it was horrifying at 8 years old because there was lots of death in my world at that point. It doesn't matter, lots of long stories that we're not going to share. But like the Dead creeped me out, and that one just like rung my bell, dude. That was my
And
very
the
first
end
horror
scene,
movie.
the hero, you think he gets away. He comes out of the fucking basement. Oh my god, they got him. They got the hero.
And then they got him too.
And
Yeah, no,
fucking Barbara turns out to be kind of the hero, the survivor.
that one haunted me for months after that. Like, you know, again, it was really young. It's a long story there too, but it was most effective, right? Because again, I still to this day have a little bit of creeps around dead stuff, even though I've got like a goth sensibility actually, and like to hang out in the peace and quiet of cemeteries. But the second one was like I think I alluded to earlier, the Blair Witch. That was one of the first ones. It was like I actually felt myself in that. You know what I mean? Like I felt connected to the characters because
Well, the marketing was amazing on that.
oh, it was so good.
Okay,
They did an amazing job of
so
that.
I went to go see Blair Witch opening night, where
Mm.
everybody thought it was a true story at that point, right?
Right, because it was marketed that way for
And
sure.
I was with like a friend. It was a group of us who went, but I remember a friend of mine was sitting next to me, and next to him was his girlfriend. And the part where they open up the napkin and find the dude who's missing his tongue,
Yep.
she fucking threw up. She was so scared, dude.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It was fucking intense.
Louis,
That
you
movie.
gotta defend the street punks, bro. Where you going?
Copy that. I'll let you.
Growing up, the movie Birds, Alfred
Plasma
Hitchcock
hetero
scared
Yeah,
me.
that one's terrifying.
That's
As
a
a
good one.
kid, it really fucking gave me nightmares.
Ah,
As far as
That's like
recently,
everything the happening wanted to be.
recently in Hereditary freaked me out. Just the creepiness
Yeah.
of the scenes. But there's
Have
a
you seen
Japanese movie
Midsummer?
called Midsummer was creepy, but
Same guy.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It
did
was
you guys see
just
Eddington? His newest one?
No, is
yeah.
it good?
Well, no. I saw Bo is Afraid, which is really out there. It wasn't really scary. It was just creepy.
Eddington is not exactly a horror movie. It's fucked up. It's weird. After the second act, I really started to like it, but it's more topical. It takes place during COVID. It's a weird movie, but not as shocking as his other work. I guess I recommend it.
I don't think he can outdo Hereditary and Midsummer. They're
You get to
pretty.
see Joaquin's dong, so maybe that's
Ooh.
I'm
a
down.
reason
He
to
hangs
buy a
dong.
ticket.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
to
all
be
you
fair,
had
though,
to say.
Hereditary really
Shit, that's all
nailed
you
the
had to say.
Judeo-Christian idea of what a witch was and what actually would happen in a witch's lair
Yeah.
kind of situation. Like they really nailed that in that.
What,
in
Blair
that movie.
Witch?
No, Hereditary.
Oh yeah, yeah. The magic
Like the
stuff,
whole-
almost all of it was on point, except the witch had sage with other shit, and you wouldn't do that because sage.
Sage is
I'm gonna
supposed to be
shut up.
purifying.
Yeah, right. But everything else was. Paimon is a real fucking demon god, and
Yeah, I mean,
history.
the body
And if you-
climbing on the ceiling and hitting her head rapidly, like that
She
was
saws her own head off, dude.
yeah.
We sound like the Key and Peele guys right now.
That's
Well, but
my
so, like,
shit.
Another fun one for me that I enjoy. It didn't scare me so much, but it's like very much a relation kind of thing. Was Nope, like Jordan Peele stuff, all of Jordan Peele stuff actually, but like
Yeah.
That was
specifically Nope,
good.
because it's so mundane in all the flavor that it adds, you know, until it's a thing, right? Like the monster comes out.
That was such an original horror movie. That was like a breath of
It was
fresh
really
air. It
good.
was something new and different and
Yep.
great. Yeah, they really did a good job with that.
I mean, all I'm saying is the scene with the blood shower. That shit was haunting. Like that was good.
You mean when the people are already trapped in his
Oh,
confuse the
The
shit
dude
out.
sitting in the truck when he's sitting in the truck.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know have you guys seen the movie The Pope's Last Exorcism or something like
Is
that?
that the
Or
Russell Crowe one?
yeah, that actually was pretty good.
I saw it. I don't remember it that well. I didn't hate it, but I also don't remember it that well.
Meta commentary. I'm really amused at
Well,
how we have all just really shot off sideways from the movie.
Yeah.
And we're now
Well, I
just
think we
Well,
wrapped
I
the
mean,
movie
we've been
up.
talking about it for
Now,
45 minutes.
yeah,
Well, it's
I think we
appropriate
wrapped the
'cause
movie up,
Halloween
and I
is
was just
coming
saying
up.
what we do enjoy. And well, Woody,
I mean-
Bloody, would you say this is your scariest movie?
Not anymore. I gotta think about that. Blair Witch
Now
definitely
that
is
he's a
up
big
there.
boy.
Is it an inconvenient truth?
Any documentary about Barack Obama probably scares me the most.
He wore a tan suit.
Do you guys remember the marketing was kind of very similar? It was long enough after the Blair Witch, the Paranormal Activity. That one
That
kind
shit
of
was scary. Yeah.
That scared the fuck out of me
That was another
because
slow burn one.
we
Yeah.
watched that in the theaters. We come home. We live in a 1950s old house, and next thing I know, like I hear footstep, and I'm about to poop my pants. And
Go
I'm laying in
on.
bed with my wife,
Oh.
and my cat jumps on the bed. But I
And
was
then you actually
100
did poop?
convinced. I was 100% convinced that house was actually haunted.
Get up, Jesse
Probably
May. We got
was.
us a demon.
Let me see. I gotta
Oh,
look.
that's a good topic. I stepped away for a few minutes, and I'm sorry if I missed it. But like, everybody sharing ghost stories would be great for the rest of the Halloween episode here, if you will.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean,
so
we're not going to have another show till after Halloween, right?
Yeah, and I actually am glad that AI picked this one first for Halloween.
Yeah,
It
it
was
works.
fitting.
So, I mean,
Yeah, it
we
was
talked
good
about the
for the,
strangers. Let's talk about
season.
spooky shit and fucking round out the show with some Halloween spooky
So
shit.
I will say, like, last time we went to a cabin with the kids, they're old enough to watch scary movies, and so we watched a few scary movies. We watched like Child's Play, and we did watch The
Yeah.
Shining. There's no way we would have watched this one with them, but if we would
Yeah.
have, like, they would have been sleeping in bed with us. Like, seriously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
Jumping at
would have been
every-
pretty fucking scared. Oh, shit. Sorry, I was
So-
getting distracted by the game. Sorry.
One time I saw a ghost.
Who am I echoing off of?
I think Louis has an echo.
Maybe.
He is known to have one, but I don't know if it's.
You saw an egg. Are you pulling legs, or is this an actual ghost story?
No, I'm not. Okay, so I was just gonna talk about my first house that we bought. So I was 100% convinced that house was haunted. So when we had our daughter, we brought her home. We didn't have one. It was back when 2011. So those video camera things weren't working for.
They weren't
Or
very
they
good.
weren't- They weren't
really
very good.
sucked
So we
back
just
then.
had a regular
Yeah.
baby monitor, aka like a walkie-talkie. But it was a tiny house, so she was right next to us, anyways. And so one night in the middle of the night, we clearly heard on the baby monitor, "Hey,
Hey.
run it." And
That's-
her bedroom was closest to the actual street, so I run into her room, which is like literally 2 steps. No, nothing in the room, nothing going on, except for I noticed she had a stuffed animal that was on her dresser that was on the other side of the room, and I'm like, "Oh, that's really weird." So I picked it up, put it back, no big deal. And then probably like a week or so later, we hear a big crash in our living room. Again, small house, 1,000 square foot house. 2 steps out of our bedroom, I see our shadow like box shelf that was hanging completely down. Like that thing is put in by the hook, so that had to been hooked. You know how like you hang stuff on the wall and then you put it into the nail holes and then you drop it down.
Yeah.
So you'd have to actually lift it and pick it up. So that lifted and picked up, and then like threw off. And I'm like, okay, something's really going on. And then what really did it is my dog and I were standing watching TV, and behind me I had a buffet table with a bunch of books on one side. and we're probably 3 or 4 foot away from it, and we hear a big slam behind us, and I turn around and I see all the books on from one side on the other side. And this is mid of the day, so my wife's getting ready, my daughter's taking a nap. I go into her, I was like, I'm not shitting you. These books just shifted on the buffet table. So it was what happened the next day is we come home and it's just me and my daughter because I picked her up from daycare and I put her down for a nap and I stood there in my house and I said, I don't know if you're a good ghost or a bad spirit or whatever it is, and I don't mind you being here, but if you put harm one hair on my daughter's head, I will burn this again.
Let me ask
I
you this question: Was there? This is going to sound silly, but was there anybody in the house that was going through either puberty or menopause at the time?
No,
I'm
wife
serious.
my wife just gave birth,
It
Okay.
happens
and,
with
and my daughter was like 3 months old.
that happens with
No.
very young daughters too. I know what you're talking about, Troy. It
Yeah.
happens with very young
Psychic
daughters as
activity,
well.
which can sometimes be blamed on poltergeist, can be caused by somebody going through menopause or
Daughters in
hormones
their
changing.
Oh
mid-teens.
no, so I was what 26 at the time, so my wife
So
she has
you were
yet to
going
go
through
through
puberty.
menopause.
So, yeah, so were you?
I was definitely.
Okay.
My wife, that's called that's all the time.
Interesting. So
that
when
is
was the
interesting.
last time you had an occurrence?
We
And do you,
moved away
and
from that house.
okay,
Uh,
did it follow you? Did
that's
anything
like 3
follow you?
houses
No,
ago.
it did not follow us.
Okay.
I will 100% believe that house was haunted.
And how long did it start after you first moved in?
Let me see. So we moved in within 2 years. It was right after we brought our daughter home.
Were you having any strange dreams? Or anybody in the
I
house?
don't know, man. I was drunk a lot.
Fair
That
enough.
that
Okay.
ties in too. That's like, sorry, I've read like or not read. There's a podcast where they talk about poltergeists and shit like that.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Say that again. My game
Sorry,
volume got
there's
really
like
too loud.
myself. There's a podcast that I listen to that talks about poltergeists and stuff. Like, there's in England or Scotland, there's like a talking meerkat, an invisible talking meerkat or something. But it's like it's. How old is your daughter?
She's 14 now.
Oh shit! No poltergeist
Oh
activity
boy.
lately.
Well, the house that we bought, there's only been one owner right
Yeah,
now,
and they
and
didn't die in it.
the owner was my in-laws. So we
Yeah,
bought
but
their
Oh,
house.
put all that aside. Nothing else has happened. No other instances of activity.
Yeah, since we've moved, no,
okay.
no, it
Uh,
was centralized at that house.
all right, here's some spice for your webcast here. When I was younger, I studied esoteric and occult things after my
Webcast, how
Christian
old are you?
stint. Whatever.
Were you
So,
playing Vampire the Masquerade at the time?
I did when I was 16. You're not wrong.
That tracks.
Yeah. No, I was
Yeah.
on a trajectory. But anyway, I basically the core of getting a ghost to leave you alone is telling him to fuck off. Just like brazenly, just fuck off, ghost.
You need to
What was that rock dude from Avengers or from Thor? That guy had it right.
you need to assert
Piss
your
off,
will
ghost.
and show that your will is
You
stronger
just
than
assert
it.
your will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like in prison.
Yeah, you're not gonna be
And
intimidated.
speak your will.
It'll smell
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a ghost gonna do to you? Come on.
Well, it depends on what you're dealing with. I mean, it could really fuck you
I
up.
once heard about a demon jacking a dude off that he was telling me about, and I don't know how true that was, but he seemed like he believed it a lot.
Was
It was
the
very
guy telling you
Succubus.
about it or the demon?
Yes. No, the
Oh.
guy, not the demon. I
He had a
haven't met
succubus
any actual
experience.
demons, I don't think.
The semen demon?
No, man,
Hey, now.
psychedelics brought me closer to demons than
This is
than
a family
Christianity
show.
did. But it was very weirdly, spiritualism based.
Okay.
Hey, Bloody, side note, Critical Role's episode, or Campaign 4 is coming on.
Oh, I have yet to watch the first two episodes.
This is the fourth one tonight, but it's very, very new, and it's very original, and come join me. Be a nerd.
Yeah, no, I definitely will. I need to put it on while I'm working, and I keep
Yeah.
forgetting. My job's been pretty stressful lately, so I
Can relate.
have not been like had any noise or TV on in the background.
No excuses. You got to play like a champion.
Well, I'll go ahead and wrap the stream so we're not recording anymore, but I do appreciate everybody watching it, and thank you for the suggestion, Bloody. And yeah, some good
You're
opinions. I
welcome.
think you guys have seen a movie or two in your life.
This is
And,
just the first episode, our Halloween episode.
Yeah, we're
Who
gonna
knows
work
what
out
we're
all
gonna
the
say
kinks,
next?
and we're gonna have like holograms and T-shirts, and
VR rooms where you can
we're gonna
experience
have
the joy with us.
we're gonna have VR merchandise you can buy. It's gonna be NFTs on crack. Goose,
We've got a couple.
what's the next movie? Samurai.
All right, next time, Crazy Samurai 400 versus 1. It's, in my opinion, a cinematography masterpiece. Don't expect a lot of depth. This is action movie from its very core.
Sounds a lot like
Do you know
John Wick, and I
what
like
year
those.
it was made?
Let me look it up.
It's very
It's
recent.
it's not like super old. Crazy Samurai. It's 2020 was when it came out. It's actually named Crazy Samurai Musashi 400 V1.
And with that
Hey,
curse word he just said, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna turn it off now.
Peace.
Hey, by